Today's sermon is about the prophet Jonah. In the end, the fish spits him out after 3 days and 3 nights. And as he crouches there on the shore, spewed out and glad to have solid ground under his feet, there comes the realization, you cannot run away. Yet he could have known this beforehand. It should have been clear to him, even at the moment when God spoke to him and told him about his intentions for him. The word of the Lord came to Jonah, the son of Amittai. Get up, go to Nineveh, the great city, and speak to its conscience. Her evil deeds have come to my ears. So Jonah set out, but in the opposite direction. O Jonah, you know better than that. This will never work. You cannot escape from God. Every child knows that. But if you cannot run from God at all, then what is Jonah running from? Up, go to Nineveh, the great city. Nineveh, of all places. At the time the book of Jonah was written down, the city had long since fallen into ruin, but its reputation was still alive. Nineveh, that is the evil of the whole world summed up in one city. The antithesis of all that is good. Think peace, truth, justice, love, home, security, and then the complete opposite of that. That's Nineveh, people say. That's where Jonah is supposed to go, of all places. But that is not where he wants to go, especially not with this task, speak to the conscience of the city. Actually, it is not God from whom Jonah is running away, but rather the task that God sets before him. Jonah knows what he was supposed to do, and that is exactly what he runs away from. First to Jaffa, the port city, and from there onto a ship, because nothing is as vast as the sea. Once he is out at sea, the shore, the other life, the call of God is far away, Jonah thinks. Only he is quickly reminded that he cannot escape this way either. A storm comes up and becomes more and more severe. The helpless ship with the helpless people. The fear of the sailors. They cry out, pray to the various gods. They throw cargo overboard to make the ship lighter. Better to lose everything than to lose their lives. And then, of course, there is this stranger sleeping down in the hold. Perhaps he is to blame. The casting of lots will reveal this. They cast, and indeed it falls on Jonah. Then they ask him, tell us, who is to blame for this disaster? Is it you? What is your profession? Where are you from? Where is your home? From which nation are you? He answered them, I am a Hebrew. I worship the Lord, the God of heavens. He made the sea and the dry land. The confession sticks. Jonah knows full well that God is supreme over all, and that he rules over sea and land. He knew that all along. But this knowledge has not prevented him from running away when God wanted something from him. He knows something about God, but God is no longer a counterpart for him, not someone to pray to in times of adversity, not someone who offers encouragement for living, not someone whose call one obeys. In this sense, however, it is possible to run away from God. Then God is indeed there, but it makes no difference to life. But Jonah does not escape that easily, because God does not give up calling Jonah. Actually, the entire story of Jonah constantly tells of signs from God, how God speaks to him in the beginning and calls him. Then the storm, the sailors. It is somehow ironic that of all people it is the pagan captain who asked Jonah, how can you sleep? Come on, pray to your God. And still Jonah is stubborn and cannot admit that he has lost his way. Throw me into the sea and it will be quiet. And then the fish swallows Jonah, saves him, and at the same time imposes 3 days of uncertainty on him, before spitting Jonah out onto the shore. The entire story of Jonah tells us how God tries to make himself understood. Whoever reads it understands this immediately. Yes, even the pagan sailors understand this in the story. Only the pious Jonah does not realize what his destiny is. I am firmly convinced that God needs us, but not merely somehow and without commitment. This is not about saying the right words, it's about following his call, to go where he wants to use us. The whole world is full of signs of God, but we may not be exactly right everywhere. God certainly needs servants everywhere, but he cannot use us, his servants, everywhere, where it suits or does not suit us at the moment. Up, go to Nineveh. Think peace, truth, justice, love, home, comfort. And then the complete opposite of that. That is Nineveh. This is not a city long since in ruins, but these are the places in life that you, like Jonah, cannot think of in connection with God, where not much of him can be sensed. This is exactly the place that God is calling you to. This is exactly where you find life. At sickbeds and with those who stand helplessly by, with the dying and with the lonely, with those who have lost their way within themselves, and with those who can no longer believe. This is precisely where you will find life. There in the place of the cross, a sign of the one whom we follow, who did not avoid his call either. And in the end, life will grow out of it for the many. The word of the Lord came to us, to you and me. And when God calls us, then go. Go to your place in the world. It does not have to be my place, and not the place of your parents, and not the place where others would like to see you. It may still be a mystery to yourself. After all, who knows exactly what his or her destiny is? We may never truly be sure, but if it is too convenient, we are probably wrong. However, God does not give us up calling us. We should only need to see it and understand it. Probably we shall still go astray, being tossed about and thrown into the water, sitting in the cavity of the fish's stomach between safety and nausea. In the end, the fish spits us out, and we crouch on the shore in a daze and realize we cannot avoid our destiny. When God places us into the midst of life, into the real, not the harmless life that we might wish for, but into the middle of a broken world, when God places us right into the middle of life, then it is time to go. You cannot run away from life anyway, so step right into it. Amen.